Federal law requires that employers provide a reasonable time for employees to express milk. Most nursing moms use their established breaks and a meal period. They usually need around 15 to 20 minutes to express milk each time. Here's how some Ohio companies have made it work.
So if you have a baby, our administrators make it clear that if the parent chooses to breastfeed for that first year of life, we make adjustments in the schedule so that if, say, a physician is seeing patients for 4 hours, there's a half-hour break when that physician chooses to have the break. So, some people have it right in the middle because they may express milk before and after clinic, and then that allows them to do it in the middle as well. And that it's a half hour, not that it takes a half hour necessarily to express milk, but it takes some time to get to the location, get things set up, actually pump, and then, put everything away and clean everything up. So we, in talking with other parents, we found that that was a pretty good amount of time for most.
Speaking for, myself personally and then others, we are given the opportunity to have that time. So if you are an expectant mother, talking with your supervisor ahead of time and just coming up with a plan for what they're wanting to do and kind of what is expected to kind of go along with the plan that goes with it. So I try to keep my schedule as close to the feeding schedule that I have with my daughter when I'm not in the office, and then I just kind of go to a discreet place. I'm able to do that, so it was really nice to have those options as well.
I breastfed Oriana for 3 months until I went back to work, and I worked in retail, and they didn't have support. They didn't have anywhere for me to pump or anything, so I went as long as I could until I dried up after that. And then Aria is 2, almost 2 in November, and that's when I started working at WIC right after she was born, and they were great. So I pumped at work several times a day, and that didn't take it on my breaks. It's just whenever you needed to pump. And they have a nice several spots you can go, and private and quiet. It was really nice.
I don't know how often do I need to pump, what times, and so I blocked my calendar. I was fortunate enough, we have a room that was 1 floor right above where my office was, so I was able to block my calendar for a half-hour increments, usually around 10, 12:30, and then 2:30, so that I could get some sessions throughout the day. And the hardest thing is, depending on your baby, what your breastfeeding journey looks like. With my oldest, I was an underproducer. I had to pump at least 3 times at work to be able to make sure she had enough for when she was going to daycare for the whole day. But with my second, I was an overproducer. So I got to a point where I only had to pump twice a day, and I had an abundance of milk. So every woman is different, but every baby is different, every job is different. So when I went into this conversation with my manager, I was like, this is what I think it's going to look like. And we just kind of worked through it and changed it as I needed.